So begins another day. I hope you guys are doing good. We are back on Wilber today. Wilber's got his shiny new license plate. Here to here. You know, we had to pay a bunch of money for this stupid plate. And it isn't even stamped. It's just painted on like some garbage you get from eBay. And you're supposed to put this to Washington. They're supposed to give you the number. Well, they gave us Washington, right? Well, I'm not covering up the damn plate. I paid so much money for it. Shouldn't have put it on there. So this is going to be Wash Wilber. And Wilber is now official. I wish that was the last of what we was doing, but it is not. Wilber has developed a issue. I ended up, these two belts down there. I ended up taking the other ones, replacing the other two belts as well, because one of the outside belts was missing teeth. The other was dry rotted on the inside. So, but his biggest deal is he'll run for a few seconds and then shut off. So I got the power steering pump that I'm going to put on, which is, I should have had you over there this last video, even though the video was good. Got to get a little bit better going. Short belt, I think that's what I got today. So we see if we can stuff him on there. We'll get ourselves a little bit closer. We'll be a little bit closer. I want to get this thing, you know, she wants to drive this thing. And I don't blame her. But, so, still going to be a little bit later. O'Reilly's is going to have both pumps, but their warehouse or wherever they get their goodies from, they did not have the pump. So it looks like this is, yes, this is the shortest belt, I think. So we can go ahead and replace that. I'm going to match it up with this other short belt, just to make sure. Yeah, they're the same width. So we'll go ahead and get this baby on. It should be pretty. Hardest part about this is you have to work it over the fan to get it where it needs to go. So slide him down here. Start working him around. It's kind of like one of them limbo games. Get him worked around there. Very nice. How do you do that? There we go. It's nice and humid outside. About 80 degrees. Feels like it might rain sometime. Alright, we got that. Getting slipped down over this pump. This pulley. Here. Go ahead and turn a little bit. Okay. There we go. We got him on now. So I couldn't get that bolt loose, so I did the correct thing, you know, and pried on it. I was going to squirt a little bit of PB Blaster on there. Well, I got some WD-40. We'll go ahead and I'm going to put this on the bottom bolt. Just, I don't know, because I was mean to it. I was a little bit stripped. I said, well, okay, I'm making sure not to get this on the bolt or on the belt. Just give him a little squirt. Where it pivots might make it a little pivot easier, but we don't care. We're going to take this guy right here. prime over. Yeah, and then we're gonna see 12-inch wrench. So now I'll have 3 out of 4 belts. I tightened these 2 belts. The other 2 belts last night. I appreciate you guys reminding me. Go and tighten the bolt underneath. There's a bolt right here. I can get the bolt right here. Get this light plugged in. I'm just going to get alternator, had another bracket bolt. I want to make sure I get that tightened up. Got one down underneath I want to go grab. I definitely don't want an alternator falling off in the middle of the run. Alright, we got that guy. That just dumped some tool. Let's see. Leave that guy there. Let me go ahead. Alright, here's the objects of our desire. I think what I'm going to do is I'll break these bolts loose. I'll take these lines off. I have a stinky blanket that I was laying on here a few minutes ago underneath this thing. And if I spill a little bit, I'll just close it off the driveway. So I'm hoping this is what our issue is. This is my Torque-O-Matic 5000 sheet wrench. Comes in various shapes and sizes. Make sure you get it. I just want to get them broke loose. I don't know how these lines are going to fight. See this thing. There's bracket bolts for that bracket, but I think it'd be easy to just take it off the wall. My hope, anyways. This guy. It's hard to tell. The last people that had it. Ugh. I don't think they drove it too much. Okay, so now we got both those loose. I'm sure. All right. Both are turning. I'll go ahead and get a little WD, squirt it at the nut heads so that way it'll go back together a little easier. Of course, I have to walk all the way around the van to get it. I don't prepare for much in life. I wake up every day and say, throw it at me, life. And life does. Just get a little juice. Little juice. Make everybody happy, happy, happy. Alright. Get our lines loose. Hopefully the same size. That'll be pretty nice. I don't know how tight they're supposed to be, but it wasn't very. But I guess for this little clamp, that's probably quite a bit of torque. We'll get him loosened up good. Yeah, turn around. This might not even be too bad. Have to get rid of our extension. Get a little closer. Yeah, so far everything. Oh. See that I have a little bit of, looks like a little bit of a fuel leak. I don't know where exactly from. Maybe it's there. Alright, get this guy loose. I don't know what kind of fuel we're going to use. It's sat overnight, so I wouldn't think it'd have any kind of real fuel pressure left in it. Let's see. We'll get one of these off. I don't want to get them reversed. I figure it probably makes a difference. Coming loose or not. Yes, it is. Alright. Guess we'll find out shortly if it's leaking. Oh, just a little bit. Look at him. Oh, and it's pouring. I guess we'll go ahead and get a little pan put underneath that. Get a little bolt sticking into the hose. Stuff's stinky. Be back. Alright. Let's see if this will fit. It's too big, but not. Got a couple small ones. I like guessing. Pretty good guess. Get him down there. Don't want to tear it up. We'll just screw it in there a little bit. I don't know if it makes any difference. It makes me happy. I got the fuel running out of our filter. Hopefully it doesn't drain the tank. It's running down there somewhere. Yeah, alright. Let's go ahead and get this other one off. Get a bolt for you too, fella. Alright. Still drippulating. I guess we got a bigger one. I suppose, you know, this isn't any pressure on this stuff, so it'll probably stop on its own if I let it. But yeah, I'm gonna call that good. So we'll put this one forward. And this is the one on the right. You guys keep track of that for me, would you? All right, and wipe my hands off. I got a little bit of it in the pan. Got a lot of it everywhere. We'll be hosing the driveway off. Oh, no, not a single drop spilled, right? Okay, anyways. Let's get this filter out of here. And again, this is my first experience touching a diesel fuel filter. I hope that's what's wrong with this thing. As they say, the seal or whatever, and a lift pump can go bad. And yeah, I'll fix whatever it is. But I didn't really spend the kind of money we did on this thing to work on the damn thing. But I guess I did, didn't I? At least we're doing it together. All right, get him loose. Yeah. Wiggle him out. Oh, something here, a sensor, something on the bottom. And unplugs. How? Push down on this. There we go. We got that guy. I'll get you out here in a second. Let's see what's going on. Alright guys, I don't know what I'm doing. You watch me break stuff. Okay, I guess we need to take this piece out of the bottom. We'll get our new one. That was a Napa. Went with the wicks. I don't understand why these things have to be so expensive. Man, they want you to change this every 10,000 miles. That looks like that, doesn't it? Huh? Alright, we'll get it down here. Oh, it's plastic. So hopefully this comes out easy. Oh, it's spinning right out, guys. I'm very happy about that. Oh, take this and put this over the gravel, I guess, because it looks like I'm going to lose more fuel. Alright. I don't know whether that was clogged or not. It doesn't look dirty in there. Now we're still spilling stuff. Well, I guess we're just gonna spill a little stuff. Go ahead and get this guy. Let's set this. I don't know how that works, but I know how we're just gonna set it aside. Let's see if we can get this baby off. A friend gave me these pliers. Denso, Carlisle, Napa. Man, these guys are great. They're big enough. I think I'd get a better grip if I get up here. They're not really big enough, but maybe we can make it work. Both hands for the grippy grip. Ooh. Okay, that doesn't work. Let's see. We'll try it again. We'll try it again. Let me get down here. Ooh! Yeah, it looks like we're going to slip. We're probably going to injure ourselves. Just want to make sure I was recording. Alright. I suppose worst comes to worst, we'll put it in the vise. I would think this thing come loose. There we go, we're getting her. These are a couple. I'm going to add some diesel stuff to my collection now, I guess. This oil filter is bigger than any oil filter that I own. Oh, guess we'll go ahead and lubricate the seal. My buddy told me to use a little bit of automatic transmission fluid. Put that in there. Nathan Corcoran, Backyard Builds with Nate. He's a real good guy. He's worked with Nathan, worked on diesels and stuff like that. So I figure he knows what he's talking about. And I'm going to take this back over here to the gravel. Alright, make sure these are going to fit the same. Yeah. That stuff was coming out. I'm sure they're not stopped up, right? Get a rag, wipe this stuff off. Get this little transmission fluid. Alright, and talk to my buddy there for a minute. How that thing works. I'm just going to screw it back in there. The rubber gasket looks good. Make sure we get it started straight. Snug it up a little bit more. I'm not going to get it too tight because it's plastic. I really like the way this thing ratchets. Should be good. There. I'm going to call that good. We get our top. Buddy told me to put a little bit of ATF in it. He said it'll lubricate the pump and injectors and all that kind of happy crap. So that. I don't know how much. I'll not put a whole bunch in there. Just a little bit. So I don't want to mess anything up. Get him out of the way. Let's see. So I can fill stuff up. Say these guys, you're supposed to fill them up. Well, it's not full. It's pretty close. I really know how to hold it. Get more gas. Alright, I'm going to fill it all the way up, so I'll find some place to set this down. Get you back once I get it filled up. Alright. A little more fuel should be enough to get it topped off. go. This guy. We'll go before that ATF. Put it around the seal. Right? Locked on there. I'll try to get this baby cranked. Well, it's going to be kind of hard to hold it. I think right quick I'm going to take this thing, go clamp my vise in it around here real quick and snug this thing up a little bit more. Alright guys, I learned a little bit. Apparently this deal on the top of this is a mechanical fuel pump, lift pump deal. And in there. We're getting caught on. Okay. The heck? Oh, got a cable hooked on that. Get this guy, get him hung down in here. Get our nuts back on here. Well, and I guess we have to manually do this. So we get our lines on here. Yeah, it's nice when they actually start. Get them snugged up here. 11mm wrench is not gonna do it. I mean, I know I'm doing this. It's not all exciting, but you're probably actually getting to watch me do something, and you're listening to a tune, and that's why we're doing it, right? Doing it for the music. And I hope this gets this thing done because Mama wants to drive this puppy. You know? Oh, there we go. There's that one. Good. Spin that a little bit more. It is really humid outside. Means it's gonna rain. Looks kind of weird, but of course it's getting dark again. Everything in life you think will take 5 minutes takes 5 years. That's okay. You know, I kind of like doing this stuff. You know, I don't like it when stuff's fighting me. When you just wrenching stuff and turning wrenches and watching these nuts turn a 1/16 of an inch at a time and stuff, it gives you good time to reflect. Kind of a meditation of sorts. Get our Doom Fletchy, get him hooked up here. Just push back together. Always listen for the click. And got our left and right hoses. Got this guy stuck down there. Get him shoved all the way back up on there. get him on where it was dirty before, right? Alright, so we'll get that guy. Get our little ratchet. Reverse our action. Well, let's leave it on there, I guess, because it don't want to come off. Now in a minute, I'm gonna speed up the rest of this stuff so you don't have to watch each turn. It looks like I'm really impressive or something, right? Pretty tight.
Down by the riverbed.
Alright. I'll get a rag and wipe that junk up a little bit, I suppose. Suppose I'll start him and let him run for just a minute. We don't have our air compressor belt on there, but yeah, we don't, there's probably a lot of these things running around that don't have it hooked up. And we'll get our light out of the way. We'll just start him, fire him up, see if it does fire up. And we'll shut him back off. I don't know what this wiring is for. And it's a ground. So you should probably have a screw in it. I'll go for this little guy right here. Alright, screw. Got a light out of the way, got a belt on there. These things rattle and make noise. Guess it don't really rattle too much though, because my tripod's sitting on the radiator cap and then on the cowling in front of the engine bay. I don't see any fuel leaks. Get around here to the other side. So if it is leaking though, I can't reach it, and hopefully the thing stays running. Fuel lines look good. Doesn't look like there's anything leaking. Man, it just quit. Alright. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm going to research that. You guys got any ideas? Tell me. Good afternoon, people. Hope you guys are doing good. A little while later. My Alice doggy, she's been having seizures. So Mama's home from work, so she's watching the dog. So yeah, hope you guys have been doing good. We're going to, well, talked about the one belt being bad. That's why it didn't fit. It's like that all the way around. All right. Oh, I went in to get the keys and I still didn't do that. We're not there yet. Let's see, what are we gonna do? We're gonna try to get this thing running. We're gonna mess with it a little bit before we give up. I found some place that works on diesels. If I can't get it, but we're gonna try to get it straightened out a little bit. He told me, I'll get you sat down here and get a light turned on. I was told that this valve on top of this manual valve on top of this thing, it can leak, or if it doesn't build up pressure. We'll see what we can do here. I can't even pump it. We'll go ahead and we'll crack this banjo bolt again, or this deal here again. I guess air getting into the system is really important, or it's imperatives that you need. Oh, this was 10 millimeter last time. What we got? They said that this part can actually go bad. Or maybe I did it wrong. I think they said that you need to get the stream of fuel. And I think you're supposed to hold this down. It don't sound like getting any air. But I guess you're supposed to hold this thing down. I did not do that before. So maybe I Sucked a little bit of air back into it. All right. All right, it's tight. Well, it seems like it's building up pressure to me. Let's see what our oil level is. Oh, it's transmission fluid. It always tricks me because it's tricky. Oil's right here. Oh yeah, let's get this light back around here. So you can see our oil's right there. So that's that little mark. Little mark between the high and the low. So our oil should be right where it should be. They say that this thing, fuel line comes into the intake. There's a banjo. Oh, okay. Let's see it. Let's move around right here. Right here is our banjo bolt. So we're gonna get us we're gonna take a 13. They say there's a little filter screen underneath of here. So we're gonna see if that's true. Get our wrenches out of here. I'm guessing it's a 13. Oh, and I actually even found one, guys. Let's see, so I'm gonna need a ratchet and an extension. That one might be enough. Oh, there's two. All right, guess we'll probably get a little crackadoo of fuel. Okay, never mind, it's 14. So that means we won't be able to find that. Alright, we've got a 14 millimeter. I'm gonna put a pressure on it. I like to do stuff like that. It seems to me, you're getting a little bit of shock. You know, stuff stuck. And we'll see where our fuel is leaking to. Onto the ground. Alright. I guess underneath here, I say that there is some kind of screen. Because it seems to me that we're having some kind of, it's like a fuel starvation issue. I don't know anything about diesels, but this is pretty much, you know, true on every vehicle. They got a banjo bolt here. The lines go through. It's clear. Fuel is flowing. I do not see any little screen. I'll move you out of the way here a second because I gotta look. Yeah, I don't see any little screen. So that's not it. We're gonna reinstall our banjo bolts. Move on. But maybe if we had a little bit of air there. Maybe this will let it out. Went ahead and got, I ordered 4 belts. The one that I got was wrong. So right now, I'm gonna go ahead and put the one that was on it back on. Because to me, it looks fine. Oh, shit. I can't see the number on it. So I'm getting back off. I'll show you guys. I mean, this belt, you see when a belt's worn, it'll crack in here. It'll be dry rotted through here. And it'll be really, really worn here. But mostly the dry rot. You seen, you saw the other belt. Anyway, this is the one this is the one they sent me. And well, you can tell that, well, that's not right. But I ended up having nothing in this belt, so I don't know, we'll keep it for something else. Go ahead and I'm gonna take a picture. Be right back with you. If you guys are working on a Mitsubishi Delica, this is a 1991. The Gates number will be 13A0940. And the CarQuest number is 9370XL. And the one that they gave me, it looks like it was, well, it doesn't matter what it was because it wasn't right. Anyways, we're gonna get this baby slid back around here. I can't really, but we'll try. I'll try to do this with you. All right. And what this that little cable is, that little deal there is a, oh yeah. There we go. I'll work this guy back in here. This is the air conditioner belt. Getting worked around. It goes around the water pump pulley. All right, we got him worked there. Basically, all we gotta do is get the tightness out of it, right? All right, so I know here, I can go ahead and pick this up some. I think, yeah. We'll go ahead and spin this bottom nut down there. So I know we can at least go that far. And that'll hold that up there. I guess this is kind of like our lock nut. All right, so we need, so we got some adjustment to do, but we got some time, and you're listening to a tune. I hope you're having a good day. Hopefully the troubles are minimal. Hope that you're well. We all have struggles, but you never alone. There's always somebody out there to talk to. If you don't have a hobby, maybe find a hobby. Find something you like to do. Do a little landscaping in your yard. Everything doesn't have to be auto mechanics. You could do some music. Try to find some other outlet in your life Besides just working, sleeping. Exercise the creative part of the brain from time to time. Anyway, back to car stuff. What we're going for here. So I figured I got a ways to go. But they say belts. They say you have, I don't know, how many, whatever millimeters of deflection or whatever. The V-belts, with me, I like to get them to where you can turn them by hand, turn them. You can get them to 9 degrees if you're forcing it, but you can't really get it any further. It's already pretty tight right there, but we'll go ahead and give them a little snug. You don't want to crank these things too tight, though, especially like your water pump, you know, and stuff like that. If it's pulling on it hard all the time, it's a lot harder on the bearing. I think that's pretty good. I got that. We'll take our, for the sake of anything else, we're going to call it our lock nut. And take and run him down here. Oh, that's a 13. We're going to get that lucky. No, we're not. We got one over here. So we'll grab one, get that locked down. I'll be a little sad because that didn't, it bums me out that this thing's quitting. You know, I want to drive it. I want her to get her, be able to use it on her route. Get it out of my hair so I can work on an oldie. Now I know I had a 13 millimeter wrench out here. You know, like I said, life is struggles. Sometimes even the simplest thing in the world is the hardest thing to achieve. We had a crescent wrench. That'll do what we need. We're just putting some pressure against it. So hopefully it won't be. Yeah, we'll get him on there. There, we should be good. So we got that. They said we also could possibly have their oil cap might not be tight. Well, this also looks a little wet right there, right? We get our crescent wrench and I don't know. We'll just see if this is tight. All right, here's our air box. See if we can get this apart. So I think this guy is just a breather. I'm sure if we don't get him out of our way, he will be in our way. I'm not expecting to see. This guy that had this thing, he didn't use it very much. So, man, I'm gonna have to go get another extension. Yeah, we'll just use a ratchet. All right? We don't need this fancy shit all the time. Get this guy spun out of here. This is our meditation Zen time together, right? Well, this thing must have been serviced at some point because that wasn't stuck. Yeah, the person that I got this from, they've had it since 2018. And they ended up putting the new head on it. Or whatever, and you know, I didn't know anything about diesels, and I have been learning a little bit about diesels. And these little guys, you know, you gotta run them. They say that these little turbo guys, you got to get them up to their RPM and operating temperature, because that, you know, that diesel fuel is just filthy. All right, get him spun loose out of there. We're gonna drop it on the ground. That's convenient. Yeah, I can see it though. That's awesome. Get this guy out of here. Got out of there. Fold him up out of the way, and hopefully, okay, you guys can see. Yeah. We'll clean that baby up a little bit just because we can. Our air filter is hiding in here. This thing's set most of the time. So I thought maybe a mouse nest or something could have got in there. Did I tell you? I'm not seeing much. No. Well, I'm going to go ahead and use the air compressor and blow this thing off and stick it back together, and we're going to, you know, wipe this. I'll get some sandpaper, and we'll just put some we'll put some of that restore stuff. Get that rust stopped. I'm going to go blow this. All right. Well, I hope you guys get a little bit dirty watching. All right, I'm gonna clean this thing, wipe it off, and then throw a little bit of paint at it. We'll do a little time-lapse stuff. Just because, well, I'll get you a full volume song, right? Old Hoheem got me again. My time-lapse section, you was looking at the driveway. Or you just looking at what, anyway, you didn't see it because I deleted it. So I threw a little bit of this Rust-Oleum Rust Reformer on there. I like the stuff, yeah, pretty good. So yeah, I'll let this set up. We'll get that guy stuck back in there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and we'll start putting, yeah, we'll put that on last. Let's see, we can go ahead and get this stuff put back together. I'm not gonna put you through that again. And yeah, get this situated. I had a little thing that screws onto my tripod that I've managed to lose. Yeah, we'll get this thing. I'll be back. I don't know what exactly we did. Well, maybe one of the things that we did fixed its issue. I put it all back together, and it's been sitting here running for 10 minutes or something like that before it would shut off after 2 minutes. So yeah, I look kind of scary. Be awesome if this thing's fixed. I'm not gonna let her drive it tomorrow. I'll be the test pig. I gotta take the epileptic dog into the vet. Then I'm going to an auction tomorrow. So we'll take this baby on the test to the auction. But anyways, I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and mercifully, I tell you every time that these videos will be short. Yeah, but I do this stuff over the period of a couple days, and so if I do this and that and here and there, and they end up being a little bit long, but at least you get to see me when the sun's setting. I hope you made it through your day all right. I'll tune again on the next one. I hope, well, I mean, this one's kind of old, 1991. Yeah, let's get back into the 70s though, right? All right, be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. Always shout out to my backyard builds with Nate and Doug Brown and Peace and Grease, P-I-E-C-E. And you can spell grease, can't you? These guys, you know, they were nice to me. Nathan and Doug they're my buddies. You know, and Tim and Jen, they're pretty cool people too. And you know, it's nice meeting them. Look forward to seeing them again. Hell, maybe I'll meet you guys someday. Anyway, Bonza out.